Hello, and welcome to my stream today. Well, I am going to be continuing the Guilds Frontline event story, which is honestly just very interesting. And very sorry for maybe sounding a little out of breath. I just ran downstairs and back up to get myself something to drink during my startup. There we go. Turn on the audio. And now turn on the audio of the game as well. So, we will continue exactly where we left off last time. Which is after the second combat map, and I think one or two story elements further than that. Left. So, let me just... I think the breakup event is already over again, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Ended yesterday. Oopsie. I still need to make fun of you. Well, don't make fun of me. I know that I'm bad at things. Especially at reading. Reading out loud is one of those things that I'm disturbingly bad at. For the simple reason that I read faster than I speak. Or no, that I speak faster than I read. Even if corn chips and quits are it. It's fine. So, last time we stopped right here at Capture. So next we're going to do Antumbra. In the Griffin base, at the practice range. Alena did not choose to go back to the dorms after the commander left. Instead, she went to the practice range. Griffin is still largely deserted for the most part since its the complement of dolls hasn't been fully restored yet, and heaps of missions to be declared leave very few dolls with free time to roam around. Click. Alena loads a magazine and takes aim at the target drone. Alena changes the magazine. Griffin's imprint system has improved the Sky's power to a new level. If she had this technology back then... No, there are no ifs. Alena has fired hundreds of rounds by this point. She calls out behind her as she begins cleaning her gun's barrel. Come out. Is something the matter? I wanted to see if you were feeling better. It's none of your business. I know that, of course. But I wanted to know why you were mad. Does it matter? Of course it does. I see her moves from behind Aliana to her side. You say you're our team leader, yet you don't trust us. Did you want to go onto the battlefield like the others? I'm giving you the chance to do that now. Isn't that enough? Why do you always have to act so condescending? Tears begin welling up in SCR's eyes. You don't even need us at all, do you? Aliana does not deny it. The answer's plainly obvious. And the injustice of it all only serves to make the tears flow faster. Tell Miss Helion and the commander that I left the team for personal reasons. Aliana turns to go, but a gun blocks her path. Come back. What else do you want to say? You didn't tell me why you came here. Do I still have to? I dislike unclear explanations. Hearing that makes SCI even angrier. How can you even say that? From the start, you are the one who hasn't been explaining yourself at all, am I wrong? I've had it with you. SCI looks at Aliana's eyes, and her voice trails off. Forget it. I'm leaving. No, you won't. When have I not explained myself clearly? Do you think you're some kind of smooth talker who can speak clearly enough that everyone can understand her? Yeah. Huh? I might not be a silver-tongued charlatan, but I'm sure I'm the sort of person who clearly expresses her thoughts. No. Not so far, she isn't. I've never messed up when giving briefings. I wonder. I'm talking about interpersonal communications between dolls, not just about the mission, but about our feelings. Those are useless in battle. I guess, but they're important to me. So I was really grateful that you picked me as a teammate. I was glad that the commander praised us after all you led us to completing the mission. That was why I was willing to wait for you outside the base gate after you left the team. I was concerned about you when you were in a bad mood because I was afraid you'd end up obsessing over stuff you couldn't change. I wanted to become a teammate you could truly trust after losing your previous teammates. You were pitying me. That's not pity. I don't need a charity either. It was my fault for pointing my gun at you earlier. I'm sorry. Let's clear up things then. Is there anything else? No. Then why aren't you gone yet? I see her fumes and prepares to leave. But when she thinks about it, she realizes that she can't just go like that. I see her walks back and occupies the booth next to Eliana and cooks her rifle. Why'd you come back? Who died and put you in charge of the range? Can't they use this place too? Not at all like you would be gentle and demure sort. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing at all. Are you being evasive again? No, this time I honestly don't know how to explain what I'm thinking. I see her answers her with the sound of gunfire. Okay. And I guess Umbra next. Inside Summer's neurocloud. Ah. I see. As usual, someone finds a seat and takes it. The 7 chairs around are already filled. This all feels familiar. The girl has memories concerning us. Whose memories are they? Could it be after 13 years? Can we finally tell which of us is soon now? Perhaps. And there are a total of 7 stretches of memory concerning that girl. Since we can't reveal our identity to the outside world, and neither have we revealed anything to that girl, the only thing that we can use to verify our identities is a section of memories of teaching others. Teaching others. One of us taught her how to disarm bombs, as well as shooting. In that memory, I could see my gun from my perspective. Who was it? Eula. A round of applause fills the air. Congratulations on finding your memories. Congratulations. Your name is now Eula. I'm Eula, then. You've taken another step forward. Yes, this is a huge improvement. Yes, Eula. Congratulations on rediscovering your own name. The forceful knocking on the door awakens Sama from the depths of a neurocloud. Don't worry, it's a delivery for me. Shell opens the door and takes the package. There's a capacitor bar for you. I was going to install it into you today. That way your charge might last a little longer. It's only second-hand, but I think it should be better than your current battery. Something I want to tell you. What's wrong? Someone walks over to Cheryl's side without saying a word, and clears a space big enough to sit in from among the clothes. On the 1st of December, 14 years ago, the doll who saved you was called Eula. Eula? Is that your real name? Can I call you Big Sis Eula from now on? Please don't. Why? That's because I can only confirm that the person who saved you was Eula. But I can't be sure that I am Eula. What are you talking about? 13 years have passed, and I guess some things don't need to be secret anymore. I used to be a soldier. I guess as much. After all, the kidnapping case back then was had a far-reaching impact, and I heard the military had to wrap things up in the end. That took you a while. That took you a long while, Nitro. After we were sent home, our parents were told to keep quiet about it. I only managed to find some information much later on the internet after I grew older. Someone takes out a piece of paper and draws 8 little black stick figures, and then a special little red stick figure. Clear the event, I swear. She then used a red gel pen to cancel out 7 of the black stick figures. I belong to the Special Forces unit, and our leader went rogue while we were carrying out a mission. My other team members were wiped out by our team leader, but the strange thing is, our memories are all mixed together and jammed into my neural cloud core. And that's why I'm not sure who I am. But you gave us enough information to remember one person's identity. For that, we are all very grateful. Ah, don't mention it. On a day's work, Big Satula. I've always wanted to... Therefore, we've decided to leave this place. All of us have decided. Why? Because 13 years ago, we watched our leader die, and we thought that it was the end of her. Yesterday, we saw her again. She's come back to life, and she has an even more powerful body than before. Her name is Aliana. So she was that rival of yours who forced you to dive into a dumpster? Yeah. But your memories don't just belong to one person. Perhaps you're not the one she's looking for, or perhaps you've gotten it all wrong. It isn't time yet. We can still sort through your memories someday. You'll know who's who. Shell sighs and places a warm palm on the back of Samo's hand. Well, that's the problem. I don't have that time. What do you mean? She's coming to kill me, right now. Shell clutches Samo's hand in fear. The red pen is just a millimeter away from crossing out the last black figure. Then what should we do? We? Samo stands up indifferently. I told you, this matter doesn't concern you. I'm leaving. Wait a minute. How can this be none of her business? You're my doll now, my personal property. Nobody can touch you without my permission. Samo can't help but laugh as she looks at the girl, gesticulating wildly in front of her, as though trying to fight off imaginary enemies with all her might. I appreciate your good intentions, but Aliana isn't the kind of person who'll stop just because you tell her to freeze. Don't look down on me. I've been preparing for this day ever since that incident from 14 years ago. I saw your liquid nitrogen freeze gun already. That's nothing. I've gotten my hands on a real firearm. I even have a proper gun license now. Shell jumps and rummages through the piles of junk around her. In an instant, a smorgasbord of self-defense weapons, ranging from spiked tetsubos to tasers and even pepper spray, go flying through the room. That's enough. You'll have to put it all back afterwards. I've used them all before. They might look crude, but they're really all useful. Your gear might be able to damage a civilian doll, but against a tactical doll, you probably wouldn't be able to scratch one, especially if it was Aliana. Is that really that strong? Shell, who is halfway through swinging one of her spiky tetsubos, instantly deflates. Wow. How are you going to beat her, then? I haven't thought about that yet. But I'm going to avenge them. Shell places her hands on Samo's shoulders and forces the latter to sit back down. You aren't going anywhere until you figured it out. Shell forcefully pokes the charging panel with her finger. You see this charging panel? You're not leaving until it's full. This is the most powerful second-hand capacitor I could find on the market. You said you've got 8 people in your neural cloud, right? No wonder you're gulping power. I don't want to have you to dig you out of a downstairs rubbish bin afterwards. Your house circuits... The moment they connect to the high-power capacitor, the pitiful residential apartment circuits break as promptly... Snap. They shut. Ah, at most I'll just use a torchlight. I'll turn off all of my electrical appliances, it's safer without the lights anyway. Haven't you seen the spy movies before? The further you are from the windows at times like this, the better. That's it then. If your team leader arrives, I'll be able to cover you for a little at least. Dolls can't shoot humans without permission. Shell's apartment goes dark. Only the subdued flashing of the green charging panel indicates that this night is anything but the ordinary. Shell should have a German accent. She should. I agree. I can't copy that. I can't do a German accent. Which is still irony. Fairly big irony. I understand that she's supposed to be a Berlin girl, but despite being German, I can't do a German accent. Yeah. 2051, Operation Coddle, in the Dead Sea. This is our last gasp, the final flop of a fish on dry land, a dying bird's last squawk. Why, Aliana? I don't understand that. Don't do... Aliana raises the gun, a blank expression on her face. Farewell, Eula. I'll send you on your way first. You're next, Olivia. If this is an order. This is our destiny. Our destiny as members of Daybreak Squad. You'll regret this, Aliana. Let's hit the blurs of vision. Someone lies on the sofa, playing with the 2 shell casings in her hands. Beside her, Cheryl is tidying up the house and looking for something usable in it. Cheryl, were you hit on the back of your head? Over here. Huh? Cheryl turns back, somewhat angrily. You're being very rude, you know. I'm trying to help you think of a solution, and here you are, insinuating something's wrong with my head. That's not what I meant. Then what did you mean? Answer me first. Cheryl touches the back of her head, and then she suddenly exclaims in realization. Ah, I know. If I'm not wrong, I suddenly went blind after I hit the back of my head on something. I remember your blood on the back of your head and your neck when I saw you. You remembered? Well, some images came to mind. Anything else? A shell casing falls from someone's hand to her tummy. The other casing from 13 years ago gleams dully in her palm. It was the first I met you. It was snowing lightly, and the ground was slippery. You could have set up lots of anti-slip rocks in the corridors. That's right, there were always kids slipping and falling back then. Your pink dress was very close to the collar of the rugs, and when I found you, you were face down on the edge of a rug. Like this. You reached out to touch the gun in my hand and begged me to teach you. Yeah, I begged for a long time before you let me touch it. Because it really is you. Someone turns to the side and the casing on her tummy falls to the ground. Thank you, Cheryl. I remember who I am now. The big says Eula. No, I'm not Eula. Cheryl's gaze flickers and she backs up several steps in disbelief. No, how could this be? What kind of joke is this? I think I need to cool down for a bit. A moment later, Cheryl comes out of her room. She picks up the cartridge that fell to the ground. We did the same casing Bix's Eula gave me. We were all from the same squad, so we used the same rounds. That's not technically true, no. Scar L does not use the same rounds as Scar H. I'm very sorry. If you're not Bix's Eula, then that means Eula is dead. I sorted through all the memory fragments which recorded her death, and the memories belonging to Eula witnessed Aliana's last gunshot. The light in Cheryl's eyes wavers like a candle in the wind. Skage is a rifle as well for some reason, because that's what it used as. It's not an assault rifle. It's telling me they're all in your neural cloud? In that case, could you bring out Bix's Eula out to meet me? Back then, the first person I wanted to see after regaining my sight was her. I'm sorry. The only part of them that remains in my heart are the memories. Can you understand it? It's not a possession like how humans might imagine it. It's more like the past are like a movie to me. It's someone else's story, someone else's life. Even if I could retrieve the memories, I wouldn't be her. I can't continue their conversations, and I don't have the same thoughts as they do. Do you understand now, Cheryl? Eula isn't coming back, and you should forget about her. Sky and the Sky H boost RFs and ARs respectively. Yeah. Cheryl's trembling lips open and close, but she does not say anything. Someone rises from the couch and checks the power levels. I should go. Thank you for taking care of me all this while. Samuel tucks away her power cables, puts her hat back on and heads outside. Cheryl watches her dumbly from where she's standing. Samuel. I'm going now. Take care of yourself. Samuel slowly closes the door. Cheryl rushes out the door and into Samuel's back. No matter what your name is, it doesn't change the fact that you're the garbage doll that I bought. Cheryl grabs onto Saros' clothing. Still want to protect you, even if you're not Eula. Because Eula gave me courage and I want to pay it forward to someone else who needs it. Even if it's not big sis Eula herself. Hey, Volprak. Yeah, have a good luck. Someone could feel the back of her clothes growing moist from Cheryl's tears. Plus, I've already designated you as the heroine of this work of mine. How could the heroine lose so easily? I need to help you. I will watch you. Volprak of the Fox Pack? What? Enjoy your games. You can't help me. No, this time I've got a perfect plan. Vulpine Fox. Fair. Fair. You make a good point. She's a robot, though. Maybe she's a fox robot, and she has never told anyone about it. Well, android. Close enough. Definitely where it comes from. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Even the busy Griffin base has its quiet moments. Like now, for instance. When the clock strikes 12, some of the dolls who have finished their training return to the dorms. Fox are the leader of the cats running on dog hardware. Of course, other dolls are preparing to head out at this moment. Aliana is one of the latter group. However, an uninvited guest blocks the doorway. Good morning, Scale. Or should I say, Sergeant Aliana. Up so early for work? You really are a legendary doll. Unfortunately, dolls nowadays don't understand what legends are. Your teammates just went to complain to the commander. There was so much weeping and gnashing of teeth, it hurt my heart just to watch it. To think that on the first day of returning to the modern society, a legendary doll would end up as an officer with no men. You did tell me about this, I already know. Aliana's face reveals no emotion. She nods and prepares to leave, but Dandelion loops in front of her again, like a clingy ex. Okay. I'm not the same as those dolls who have processing speeds of 128 kilobytes. I'm quite interested in you. Because we use different systems. Yes, but that's not all. I've been watching you ever since you heroically took down our commander. What's the last of Skyle? She deserves it. Let's say it like that. And what's your conclusion from the day's observations? I can't read you, Sergeant Aliana. Nor do I want to be read by you. Oh, Coles. Why don't we make a deal? I'm a soldier, not a merchant. I've never treated my business partners poorly. You can ask 15 if you don't believe me. Aliana's face is as blank as before. I just want to look at your base layer code. If you could just grant me access. Did the commander send you to feel me out? Would I need to ask you if it was here in the commander's orders? Also, don't you think doing bad things behind the commander's back is pretty fun? You're testing a ranger's loyalty. Ah, don't be such a stick in the mud. I can trade you someone else's code in exchange, so which person on the base do you want to look into? 15? Your teammates? Ever wanted to know how they're bad-mouthing you in secret? Aliana takes out a comms tablet and highlights the commander's name. The finger's poised on the top of the send button. Do you want to invite them as well to see as well? It's such an antique. Dandelion storms off. Aliana breathes a sigh of relief and leaves after closing the dorm door behind her. She hasn't even taken 2 steps before someone steps out from behind the corridor and blocks her path. The newcomer doesn't speak right away. Instead, they establish an encrypted comms channel. Got time to talk. What do you want? I want to know more about the Dead Sea. Why couldn't you ask that in front of the commander? The commander's busy, you saw too. Plus my teammates are still in there, so I need to know. Don't test the ranger's loyalty. I was there that day. That's not a secret to me. But you have no right to know more than the commander. The encrypted call ends. May I go now? Please do. Aliana takes a deep breath and finally makes it to the base entrance. Surprisingly enough, there are 5 people there waiting for her. They are CR, Contender, M26 Mass, M60, and M249. Does everyone in Griffin Base like visiting others in the middle of the night to talk? Miss Dandelion said you were running away from home again and asked us to follow you, in case a certain World War III vet didn't know about modern traffic rules. She said you don't acknowledge me as team lead anymore. We did bring that up with Miss Elian, but the final decision lies with the commander, who will decide tomorrow. When the commander announces you're not our lead head tomorrow, nobody will care about you. This is a private matter. Not when you're going to settle it with a gun. So, are we going? Better hurry up if you are, otherwise other people are going to ask questions and that's going to take forever. Late at night, in a Berlin residential district. An unmarked truck slowly comes to a halt. So, what's the plan? There's the plan. We just go right in. Huh? You're going to conduct a home invasion. Just march right in. Bold as brass. You were the ones who wanted to follow me. At least tell us what you want to do. I want to have words with my long-lost sister. Since when did you have a sister? Oh wait, why is your sister here? Before that, why couldn't you just call her? Aliana ignores him and hops off the truck, preparing to enter the apartment. I told you we shouldn't have come. That woman. Should we do something like disarm security or cut the power first? Just walking into the front door is a little... Wait a minute, where's Aliana? She's climbing a pipe up the side of the building. That quickly? Well, she's Special Forces. She doesn't, take the stairs like we do. Come on, let's follow her. Totality. I like that sticker on the face of that unit that was on the thumbnail there for the mission. Yes, I'll drink. Also, Nitro, if you played the previous events, you'd know that the rest of the AR squad and some other units are currently stuck in the Dead Sea. Some of them dying. I'm not going to tell you who or what or how, but yeah. Eventually, you'll know. So, what is the objective here? It is search for Sky H. I see 3 spots where it could be. One's down here, one's over here, and one's up here. Open all 3 boxes on the map. I see. Let's see. Why are these food-themed enemies? What? Food-themed military units. Very odd. I don't know. Ah. A guard has detected an intrusion. Well, that's better run the other way. Whee. Think they're supposed to be civilian dolls? Potentially. The thing is that they have the same models as the military dolls. It's just that they use different weapons and stuff. Ah, it continues. Alright then. Act plus to go. Nitro Bliss. Okay, there's a lot more to the map than I thought there was going to be. Yikes. That's a death stack right there. Do not enjoy death stacks. Do not. So. Maybe all the way to the left? Well, there's one at least. Dexter and Muhammad only 80 million. It's fine! A new guard has appeared. Oh. I might have to kite a little bit. This is fine. I might have taken the wrong path. Fight with mobs in Wasabi. Yes, yes they do. You are alerted to my current position, so you'll go straight to the left. You are patrolling. Huh. I'm going to have to lure this unit into a place where I can actually move past it. What, You have to restart here? Nah, it's fine. Just waste a few turns. Basically, I know how the pathing works for this game. So if I stand right here, this path is shorter, the enemy will go down. Right? Could even stand right here. It doesn't really matter. The main thing is that I have 1, 2, 3, 4... I need 5 movement points. Good enough! Moving up. Open this box. Mission complete. Done. Not an S rank, but done. If I went the other way around, it probably would have been fine. Planetary ring unlocked. Yeah, the other way around is definitely the way that you're supposed to go. Free S-ring that way. Yep. In a Berlin residential district, a child's apartment. The living room is in a mess. Contender fishes a human being out of an unrecognizable pile of stuff. You bitch, let go of me! Shell struggles in the darkness, but the human girl's strength against the contenders is like a mosquito trying to lift an elephant. Stay still, miss. You'll hurt yourself like this. This is illegal trespassing onto private property. How shall I put this? We're here to arrange a family reunion for our leader. Our leader climbed up all the way up here just to talk to you. You're Aliana's little sister, right? Pah! Who the hell are you calling her sister? I know. She really has a screwed-up attitude. Sorry about the mess we made of your house, but at least say a few words to her. As a snap, as SM249 turns all the lights in the house. Where's Aliana? Wasn't she fighting the Roombas with us just now? I see, I was gone too. As the dogs look around in confusion, Cheryl wriggles free and then blocks the door. You can look forward to having your 3 square meals in jail. I've already counted the cops. Why are you blocking the door? To keep you from leaving, of course. Wait a minute. The accessories at most. Our boss is gone now. Like I care. Go tell it to the judge. Oh, come on. You're family, aren't you? Who the hell are you calling family? Wait, so you're not Aliana's little sister? Spits repeatedly. Like hell I am. She killed all her little sisters. Who the hell would want to be that? At the Griffin base, in the ops room. Lillian hands a stack of papers to the commander. This is tomorrow's schedule. You should go and get some rest. Alright. You should turn in early too. The commander turns over the tablets, rubs the temples and prepares to stretch out the cramped shoulders and waist. The communicator suddenly rings. Hello? Is this Griffin's Pizza... Is this Griffin's Pizza PT Unlimited? Yes? Some dogs registered under your company have committed illegal trespassing on the private residence and destruction of private property. They're currently in police custody. Please report within 6 hours to perform the necessary procedures, or further action will be taken. What the heck did you just say? In Berlin, at the entrance to the police department. Several adults stand uncomfortably by the side of the road, watching as the commander and Helion emerge from the police station, after filling in the appropriate paperwork with grim looks on their faces. Damn it, she screwed us good, Commander. You need to give us a new leader. This was clearly a trap. She did it to ditch us. How can you allow someone like that to stay in Griffin? The disgraced adults immediately rush up to unload their complaints about Aliana. We'll talk about it in the base. I'll take care of this. But we can't just leave Aliana unattended. Helion looks back at the commander. Even she feels quite disappointed about what Aliana has done. Aliana. She's earned that much. She needs to make a break with the past in order to face the future without any doubts. And in order to use her strength, I need to give her a chance to bid the past farewell. The commander sighs. Right now, all we can do is deploy our people to find her. Once on a certain street corner, the men conducting surveillance from inside a parked black car finally receive the news they've been hoping for. The call connects. It had better be good news. My gas tank is almost empty. We found her. There was a police report about someone matching her description. The police? We're still talking to the police. I'll share anything we find with you. But right now, at least we've got a rough fix on her position. Location? I've sent it to your GPS. You're the closest to her location. I trust you don't need to tell you how hard she was to find. Got it. I'm heading out now. Hurry. The director's handed it down an order. You need to find her before everyone else does. Transmission ends. Jay hangs up and checks the location on his GPS system. He floors the pedal without hesitation, and his car immediately kicks into gear, roaring off into the night. After the police have taken the dolls away, the once lively scene is now silent. Only a mess remains. Cheryl sighs heavily in relief before slumping down into a pile of junk. Not gonna last. Then Cheryl jumps up, as though she suddenly remembered something, and then she rushes to the window before looking around and searching the scenery with her eyes. Apart from the crowd that's watching and the group being escorted to the police station, that familiar figure is nowhere in sight. Oh, she managed to escape successfully. Cheryl sighs once more as she unconsciously follows her old habit and reaches into her pocket for nothing at all. No, it's right here. Ah, she took the bullet casing. Precious memory of Big Sis that I held on for so long. Cheryl panics when she realizes her lucky charm is gone, and she flies around wildly as she tries to figure out what is happening. Ah, did I put it in the bedroom? Cheryl heads back there and relaxes visibly as she sees the picture at the head of the bed. Huh. Huh. Interesting. It's a tattered old group picture, crumpled and worn out in places, probably because someone frequently took it out to look at and touch it. So, the reason why Aliana picked SCR is because that exact gun type was also part of the Daybreak squad. Only the faces of 3 people can be made out. Someone said there was no point in keeping it secret any longer. Big Sis Eula in there too. Cheryl gently strokes every face in the picture. Someone has scribbled on the back of in a black marker pen. I'll trade this for your shell casing. Don't use that for don't use that dirty old thing as your lucky charm anymore. Samo, you'd better come back alive and tell me which of them is Big Sis Eula, or I'll swear I'll hunt you down to the ends of the earth. Tears brimming in the girl's eyes overflow and roll down her cheeks before vanishing into the carpet. Well, I mean, it's also a Soviet-era anti-material rifle, so, you know, close enough. Maybe? Got you baited. Mara Christian. Ah, I see. In the back alleys of a Berlin residential district. It's only when she is far from Cheryl's apartment after ducking into a park, secluded alley, in a dark secluded alley, that Aliana slows down to a normal walking pace. As she has been running at top speed all this while, and upon seeing Aliana lower speed, she follows her into the alley where she leans against the wall, panting heavily. You hold it right there. Why are you following me? I want an explanation. Are all you Griffin dolls so clingy? You already knew that apartment didn't have the person you were looking for. Your aim was to lose everyone, right? If you knew, then why did you follow? What is this? Where do you see this picture? Inside the bedroom of that girl. You said you were looking for people, but you didn't even check the bedroom. Instead, you snuck away while the living room was in chaos. So what? Because I want an explanation. Why does the doll in the picture look exactly like me? I guess it's because your body has a market appeal. You know that's not what I'm asking. Why did you choose me as your teammate? No reason. Do you miss your former teammates? I don't. Really? You're pretty quick to deny that. There's that little sister of yours, the doll who looks like me. I can't find her. What do you mean? Where'd she go? I killed her with my own hands. And the other doll in the picture that hates me for it. Are you happy now? Can you go now? Does the commander know about this? You tell them. As long as I don't delay your mission tonight, right? Asia turns her back on Aliana and prepares to leave. But in the end, she resists turning around. She can't resist turning around after taking a few steps. Hi, Aliana. What do you think friends are? You mean teammates? I don't know. I've only ever been on one team. Well, 2, counting you guys. I'm just an ordinary civilian doll. I didn't have teammates before joining Griffin, and all I did in Griffin was useless tasks. I could never help anyone out, especially in times like these when we desperately need to fighting power, and I always felt bad about that. So when you chose me as a teammate, I was really happy. I just wanted to fight by your side no matter what the reason was. But you don't seem to feel the same way. Nothing good will come from being my friend. Did you really kill her? What was her name? Eula. I don't believe you killed her. You had no reason to. Just think of it as me doing it to become stronger. Besides, that's what happened in the end. That's impossible. If you just wanted to get stronger, then you ought to have feared me. Or hated me. But you never have chosen me as a teammate. The reason I've never been important. Then, do you want to try something? Try what? Try a new way of getting along with others, now that you have a new team. I don't know how you guys treated each other in the past, but do you want to try to blend in with Griffin? I want such annoying relationships. Well, if you don't give it a try, then all you'll have will be that relationship in the past. You'll be alone forever. What kind of team leader has no teammates? Alright then. If I come back alive, I'll give this whole thing another go. Aliana slowly leaves. After taking 2 steps away, she hears a voice that she hasn't heard in a long time. This is between you and me. You shouldn't have involved others. What a coincidence. I was thinking the same thing, Amaris. I thought you'd have run off by now. You think too much. Pick a place, we'll settle everything there. I'll take revenge on you for everyone's sake. Samantha, Moria, Olivia, Eula, Nicole, Callisto, Lara, and myself, Amaris. Very well. I'll send you the location. See you there tomorrow, Amaris. See you tomorrow, Aliana. Madatokilia, yeah, that's one hell of a word. A very long word. Inside the mysterious room. I remember my name now. And I remember yours too. All of you. Although the faces in the 7 chairs in front of her are shrouded in shadows, the excitement fills the entire room. Congratulations. You've always done very well. My name is Amaris. Vixus Eula. You found yourself. A figure steps out of the darkness. A teardrop spills from her eye. I remember now. Back then I lost contact with the A-team that was following Aliana. After that she came over to us. The order she gave was to snipe the person in that room. And then I saw her. She executed Samantha with her own hands. She executed everyone else. And then I saw you. I'm sorry. Turns out I was running away from all this for so many years. I understand that it's Latin. It's just a very long word. That has a lot of very weird letters following each other. No, you were very brave. You're the bravest of us all. Our most caring sister. Eula reaches out to pat Amaris' shoulder lightly, and after her, more figures emerge from the shadows, from the darkness. But all your memories were jumbled up because I was afraid. It's all because I didn't dare face Aliana. It's because the first thing I wanted to do when I saw her was run away. There's nothing wrong with that, Amaris. You've been strong enough. No matter what you do, we'll always be by your side. We'll always support you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. The Sea of Tranquility. Ah. But I know. I always knew. That you were no longer around. It was my weakness, my selfishness, my cowardice. It made me overlook the truth that I didn't dare to face. That I ought to have ended all this with my own hands. Why do you consider yourself weak? Only you can settle everything, isn't that right? Only you can do this. Yes. I have to do it. I can do it. I will kill Aliana. And I'll take back everything she took from you. Inside a cold alley. Amaris crosses the stream of dirty water flowing over the road and ducks into the shadows of the building. Good evening, Miss Amaris. Got time to talk? I already know who you are. I can go with you. Well, that's a World War III legend for you. Straight to the point. However, I have a condition. Huh? I intend to deal with Daybreak Squad's traitor. Relax. She's also a doll. I can't answer you right away. Give me some time to confirm. Don't forget to tell your boss that Don't forget to tell your boss to order SST-762 body, the kind with the biggest battery capacity. On the outskirts of Berlin, in basement 4 of the MO7 Heavy Mechanical Factory. This is one of the secret production lines Statesec built in Berlin. The machines that were once sealed away now roar with activity tonight. Amber's body is secured to a workbench. She sees her body reflected in eyes. After her synthetic skin has been stripped away, all that remains is a metallic shell beneath, as pure and bright as the moon. Do you really not need to shut all these off? Keeping them running will only make the modification more difficult, and the process will be reflected in your neural cloud. Amherst coldly regards the man before her, and a single glance interrupts his lecture. The man no longer speaks. Instead, he focuses on operating the bench before him without much care. Precise mechanical arms slowly descend. The movements are so accurate they don't even tremble as they perform their work. The laser scalpel slowly approach Amherst's skull. In her eyes, she sees the blinding white point of light sink into her brow. The mechanical arms gingerly slice open her body, and precisely grasp the core from the midst of the jungle of parts within. Countless overlapping circuits coil around her soul. Her vision dims as this is done. Putting it another way, she is watching herself being carved out of her body. Meanwhile, the other her lies quietly on the other workbench. Ah. Amherst is still thinking. This is what being reborn must feel like. It's over. You can move now. Amherst sits up inside the metal vats and flexes an arm experimentally. She looks back at the other body, or rather, dismembered wreck that can only be called a jumble of parts. Did you extract all of the core components? They're all in your new body. No functions have been left out. Amherst climbs out of the metal vat. A flash of green light passes through the eyes of a brand new body, and she calls that long abandoned number. Yep. We've read this before, just a moment ago. Lunar Node! I think we might actually be finishing the event today. In the Galatea building. The light footsteps only serve to make the surroundings that much more quiet on the silent night. The indistinct neon lights are swallowed up by the air, and in this hazily lit world of sleep, the only thing that stirs is a lengthening shadow of that walks alone. One more comment, 3 more story. Yeah, it's gonna be done today. She strides boldly down the empty streets. The lights on either side cast a long shadow from beneath her feet. A slight mist hangs in the air, the humid vapors obscuring her vision. This annoying mist is This annoying moist feeling is just like 13 years ago. She picked a good time. Amherst stops. Before her is their appointed meeting place, an abandoned skyscraper. She looks up at the now vacant structure. Once, it had its glorious days, but now it's nothing more than an obscure ruin. Even its proud billboards have started to fall off, over a third of them by now. This is the place where the Fates and Alianus will reach its end. At the Galatea Corporation's 3rd branch. Ha! Another important location for the story. What a conveniently located skyscraper that has been abandoned fairly recently. And a good place too. She speaks so quietly that it sounds like she's muttering to herself. The skyscraper has long since lost its power, and now pitch dark, the glass doors at the entrance have been smashed to bits, and the stairs leading to them are covered in sharp fragments. The elevator doors have been torn open, exposing the elevator shaft within. The water dripping down from the roof splashes rhythmically, like a clock. Amherst finds a security passage, and she easily opens the door, which was originally so badly deformed it could not be budged. Looking at the endlessly spiraling staircase is like staring into an endless kaleidoscope. There's no light there. There is no light here, except for the scraps of moonlight that have fought their way in. Amorous footsteps Amorous' footsteps pound out a counterpoint rhythm with the sounds of dripping water, bearing mute witness to her form as she rises from the abyss. She walks around the sealed main door and enters the foyer. You're here. That familiar voice speaks again, and Amorous slowly looks up at that face, which she knows and hates more than anything. Aliana standing roughly 3 floors above her, on the edge of the central courtyard looking down on Amorous. Does this seem familiar? Does this physical distance remind you of the difference in our respective capabilities? You're still as proud as ever after all these years. Should I not be? It's true, this building is very much like the one from Operation Quartal. Only its structure is similar. There are no special air processes here, no noisy traps, no enemies. The only thing here are you and me. No, there are 9 people here. They are all here. Beulah, Olivia, Callisto, Laura and the others. Oh yes, most of their abilities are mine. I have the 7 dock tags. Dock tags are a tombstone for Special Forces soldier after they die. Aliana knows what that means, and that goes double for Amorous. Tonight, I will give you one last gift. Your dock tags will be mine. Aliana smiles. Though she is silhouetted by the moonlight, Amorous can still see it clearly. In her memories, Aliana rarely smiled, and when she did, it was like the sun banishing the night. Aliana holds up an item and throws it from the courtyard into the foyer. That's enough small talk. You've clearly been away from the battlefield for too long, Amorous. You aren't even wearing the body armor. That does not meet the equipment guideline for Daybreak Squad. Amorous looks at the bulletproof vest lying in front of her and laughs coldly. You're still so damn pretentious after so long. What's next? Are you going to stay the same attack plan as you did back then? Are you going to play the role of the Capita? No, this isn't fair. Ha! Fair, you say. Was it fair when you took them by surprise? I killed each of them in a straightforward and open fashion. Just like how I will kill you. The terrain here is the same, so are the Amorous supply points. You haven't forgotten that operation, have you? You may have forgotten, but I won't. Good. I'll give you 10 minutes to prepare. I'll show you in this very place why I deserve the title of Daybreak. We did it. She woke up. Well, the pyramids are outstanding. I'm sure she'll be able to match up to the meaning we've assigned her. A ray of daylight that illuminates the night. Since she's the first child of this team, we'll have her be the sun. Hope she can help us. Help us to put an end to everything. We'll call her Aliana, then. Daughter of the sun, and the return the gift from the gods. Alright, Aliana. From today onward, your name shall be Aliana. Aliana, you're the only one in the team who is valued. Therefore, you will inherit the dock tags. But what about them? As long as you live, they will continue living in a sense. This is a vital secret measure, a glorious soldier's tactic, am I correct? That's right, Aliana. I'm very sorry, Sergeant Aliana. We need to redirect the fighters. But Capita is top priority. Sergeant Aliana, our priority is to protect the government. Aliana, execute the dock tag procedure. What did you say? No, it's far from necessary. As the overall commander of Operation Quartal, I'm ordering you to execute the dock tag procedure. I've determined that this program is not necessary. Balls execute the program. Amorous, destroy. Amorous, tonight you and I must put an end to everything. 10 minutes are up. It's my turn to act. Her timekeeping is precise, and she doesn't waste a single movement. Aliana takes hold of a gun and climbs to the turns to climb the stairs. This route is very familiar to her, as though it were engraved into her neural cloud. She walked like this once, within the floating tower of the Dead Sea. However, the air was filled with the roar of battle back then. Now, everything is too quiet. So quiet that Aliana could lose herself in it. But she cannot do so. He always did like hiding in high places and behind others. Aliana mutters under her breath in the quiet space, as though she's speaking to her sisters in the shadows. In a place where nobody can see, she smiles again, a smile of confidence. She turns without hesitation, lunging at the abandoned office behind her. And in response, a hollow-sounding gunshot echoes through the building, as though to prove that Aliana's guess was right. A bullet whizzes through the floorboards where Aliana had been standing just a moment ago, throwing up a spray of sparks in the darkness. One shot after another streaks through the courts as she's running, until an athletic figure bursts into the office. This last crash is the sound of Aliana smashing into the door and carrying it into the room with her impact. The gunshots fade into the moonlight like a dream, as though they had never existed. A swift black shape leaps from one window to another. In this concrete jungle, she is the swiftest of predators. Layered obstacles are the bane of a sniper, and as long as one lures the opposition into the right way, even the prey animal can easily predict the position of a hunter will choose. Aliana knows very well which position Amaris will choose. She will always choose the best one. Why are you hiding? Are you still using all those familiar positions? Just like those countless times we practiced together, hiding naturally behind my back. Clink. A bullet casing falls by her foot, emanating a clear sound. Upon pulling the trigger, Amaris has already begun to reposition, with no hesitation whatsoever. She has to be faster, much faster, faster than Aliana. As she hefts the gun in her hand, the layout of the entire building unfolds in Amaris' mind. She needs to find a sufficient distance from Aliana, predict where she will run, and find the best trajectory when making her shots. In the past, she was always behind Aliana, but this time she needs to take her head on. I remember every single strategy of yours. In the past, you covered me from the front. Cleared away the threats to you. This time, I'm aiming at you instead. A dull report fills the air, the sound of a sniper's shot scattering the night sky. The pointed bullets crosses the courtyard, shattering all obstacles in its way. Behind this pounding rain of lead, Behind this pounding rain of lead is a muzzle flare that lights up the night. The assault rifle's roar swiftly sweeps away everything in its path like a gale. Just about every railing and wall in the corridor is covered with bullet holes from the two of them. The moonlight reflects off the countless fragments of the glass littering on the ground, revealing the icy cold faces. The sound of them changing magazines fills the air simultaneously, an accompaniment to the sound of their rapid footsteps, like they're venting emotions that they can't express anywhere else. 13 long years of anger collide with the sadness of a sudden massive change, crushing each other within the confines of this cramped space. Is that all you've got? Can't you keep up? Amaris, you're changing the magazines too slowly. Am I? The sound of changing magazines, the sound of the hurried footsteps, even a brusque response. All this chaotic noise echoes through the building, making it difficult for each of them to tell where the other is. Yet, bullets constantly seize the opportunity that they should not pass up. More bullets rain down unerringly on Eliana's shoulder. Amaris knows very well that this is far from enough. Her body is far different from what it used to be, and that steeply increases the difficulty on taking out Aliana. She saw that outcome the moment she pulled the trigger. Run, run, next shot, the next shot, she still has the next shot. Have you always been this dissatisfied with me, Amaris? Perhaps you've always wanted to shoot me, even when you're providing cover fire from behind. Ha! No, I've never been dissatisfied with you. Aliana somersaults over and behind a piece of cover. A new magazine is loaded within half a second to the old one falling off the magmo. She needs to maintain suppression. When facing a trained sniper, she needs to lay down weight of fire to ensure she can close the distance safely. I may not have respected and held you in awe like they did, but I wasn't happy with your performance. Were you? Still at least in a nine-man team. When Samantha took you on ops, you always hid in the shadows. Rather than the codename of Moon, wouldn't Shadow suit you better? Oh yes, the Light of Daybreak squad always referred to you. We are all shadows. That's why I can't understand it, and I certainly can't tolerate it. Why did you betray everyone? I loved you. So why did you have to kill them? Oh please, are you fishing out for sympathy here? Only the weak ask for reasons. I have no need to explain myself. They trusted you. Nicole always covered you on ops. Nora even gave you an arm when yours got blown up by a grenade hit. Got you. When Amorous reaches her next shooting location, she finds out a familiar face waiting for her there. This is the highest floor of the abandoned building, with good vision and many hiding places. The perfect choice for a sniper. Aliena's always known that Amorous would pick the best spot. If becomes stronger. But it's nowhere near enough. Amorous only allows herself the half a second to stare in shock at the muzzle of the Skyl. At this range, she has no chance at all in a gunfight against an assault rifle. A tongue of fire licks the billowing clouds of gun smoke amidst the shrill sound of bullets streaking through the air, headed straight for Amorous. Before she can even consider a call of action, Amorous's body has already reacted. She doesn't hesitate, only breaking the window behind her before jumping backward and out through it. That's a ticket to hell. Aliena's body moves like a cold spring before Amorous can react. She reaches the shattered window at almost the same time as the sound of the bullets that broke through the door. Beyond the window is a fathomless abyss. Amorous's body dangles from the outer wall of the building, swaying in the cold night winds. The night is so dark and black that nobody would be able to notice a suspended doll like this, even if somebody looked up from every now and then. Half of Aliena's body protrudes outside the building, while the other braces itself inside the room. This bracing is now the only thing that has saved the two of them. I know you took some things from them, but now it's time to give them back. Amorous, your face has never been this clear before. I'd be glad to be the last face you ever see before you die. The wind carries Amorous bangs. And then she draws Aliena into her neural cloud space. Okay. Big map. Death stacks everywhere. What is my goal? Retrieve the moon sigil. What is the moon sigil? Where is the moon sigil? I'm gonna get an explanation here. 3 of them. 3 moon sigils. Oh, it's the helipods. Okay. Should be able to take on this one without the EMP. Hey guys. I seem to have not been correct about this one. I just came to what? Wow! That's just rude. That is just rude. What the hell are these? Oh, that's quite some units. Retrieve the moon sigil. Single-minded data attack cannot defeat her. This is pointless. What should I do then? How can I win? I don't know, Amorous. I never managed to do it, but you can try. Amorous gains the ability to suppress her enemies with every moon sigil she collects. Aliena has to increase the mobility. Okay. Drastically reduce enemies' HP and pin them in place for a round. Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay then, that's pretty good. Every moon sigil makes Aliana move further. Each moon sigil gives you a charge of an invisibility that makes in death stacks inside eye. Mm. Hmm. I can move around them, but this is not great. Nah. It's not gonna work out. Okay, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. 6 rounds, so... I definitely want to pick this up. Retrieve the moon sigil. So from here, it really depends on how the enemy moves, I think. Because I'm pretty sure that I wasn't supposed to use the ability on the first enemy in front of me. This is gonna be a bit annoying to deal with. Well, that's fine, actually. So, the way that I'm supposed to handle this is I'm supposed to use this charge on one of the enemies down there. That is my guess. To make it to the other side of the map. Actually, hang on. Halt the current plan. No, I need to go here. And the rounds. I need to break through to the left side. Honestly, this map is not that difficult. Which is kind of surprising. So. Suppress the enemy squad in front of me. I'm not going to make it 2-1 that thing this turn. You did it first try. Yeah, I just was a little bit too trigger happy with the ability. How's I doing today, guys? Hope you're doing well. Plop, plop. Alrighty. And I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to use the EMP bomb as your last resort if it gets a little bit too close. Now this point is going to get captured, so I have one movement point less this turn. Which is annoying, but I can deal with it. Don't take Aliana's bait, Saros. You still remember how we fought side by side in the past? Unlike what most people think of her, Aliana's very good at getting into your head. That's right. Don't let the words get to you. Focus on what she does. Only you can grasp her weakness. Aliana's weakness. Find her. Beat her. Lucky for you, you also have another Moon Sigil charge. Yes. So basically, Aliana can't make it to me in this turn. And I still have the EMP bomb, which will force her to not move. I'm gonna have to move over here. The way that I see it is that this guy will move over here. This guy will move... I could also... No, he's actually gonna stay. He's not alerted. That's actually ideal right now. Only this one will move. And I don't think he'll make it to us. That's a weird decision of movement. Oh, they're random, they're not actually alerted. They block the path of the enemy. But because they have random movements, they don't actually go for us. That's actually really good to know. Yeah. Let's grab the last one. This might be annoying. These things deal a lot of damage. Okay, good. Well, not good, but, you know, better than expected. Your sniper rifle? Still. Okay. Aliana should currently be able to just easily reach me. Just gonna stay here. She might be blocked by enemy movement, and that will actually play into our hands. I forgot to take the damn thing. Eula. What are you worried about, Amorous? What should I do if I lose? What should I do if I let you down? Don't worry, Amorous. You're no longer your old self, and Aliana isn't the Aliana from before. You won't lose, because you've already won just by standing here. You are the youngest among us, but you're definitely not the weakest. Private First Class Amorous, charge forward, just like we did before, during all those training sessions. Leave it to me, Eula. It would have been funny. It would have been. Unfortunately, it would have also been very bad. Right, I can't actually move. So, Aliana's definitely going to get closer. The question is just how much closer. Because she's going to get blocked by the AI again. Go on, Aliana, move again. No, wait. First of all, suppress this one. Move into that one and kill it. Plop, 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 plop. Very good. Next up. Suppress Aliana. Can't throw the MP at her. Maybe you have enough health for this? It's gonna be fine! There's no way you can win outside, but you think you got a chance at winning against me? Chance against me here? Go to hell. Alright then, if that's what you want. Perhaps Gage still... okay. Mash the skill button discreetly... okay then. Didn't think you could put up this much of a fight. I'll give you the Saros. Didn't waste your time. Get me to settle things with a once and for all. Come then, let's end this. I see. I expected this to be harder. Button mashing. Not what I expected out of a Girls Frontline event. So I might have to adjust my schedule that I uploaded today. Well, there's a yes, I understand. Will you do that? Not right now. Off stream for sure. Not right now. For now, I'm going to focus on getting the story done. Last contact. Inside Amorous' neurocloud. Life obtained. The pale moon hangs above the fated twins. The two of them face each other in silent realm as streams of data flow past them. I see. Good lucky you. You won't be able to kill me with just this much. Did you use all your strength just to keep me in the depths of your neurocloud for just a bit longer? Aliana, how on earth did you kill them? I can't even recover the neurocloud calls. I've told you many times, dear sister. It was through the final resting place of every soldier that docked axe. That's also why I can find you, and only you, no matter where you are. Now that I've answered your question, it's time for you to answer mine. Why were you in the Daybreak Squad? You'll find out soon enough. Amorous smiles. There's an expression Aliana has never seen make before. Aliana, why do you think I am the moon? In the endless darkness, Amorous takes a seat in the corner of this unviewable realm. Drip. It's as though a drop of water has fallen into the still, stagnant, dead water. In the next moment, cool moonlight chases away the darkness and scatters the fog before Amorous' eyes. The light is so gentle that even Amorous, who has been in the dark all this time, does not feel any discomfort viewing it. Congratulations on finding your whole self. Congratulations. Well done, Amorous. I always knew you could do it. Well, I've got to hand it to you now. How does it feel to be Amorous again? You guys. Applause. The darkness is fully gone now, and one familiar face after another appears before Amorous. She stares dumbly at them from her seat, unwilling even to blink, as though they might leave her if she did. A tear courses down her cheek, but she doesn't notice at all. Amorous. A hand gently pats her shoulder. Amorous shudders, then slowly looks up to see Eula standing beside her, smiling kindly as always. I ask. Eula. Amorous tears obscure her vision. In the data realm of a base layer, physical obstructions are meaningless. She knows full well that this is just an outcome she is trying to avoid. Amorous. It is Eula's voice that reawakens her. Are you going to leave me now? Eula looks at her and gently pats her head. Amorous, I've always known that you had the strength and bravery that we didn't. You knew the truth and you had to do you knew the truth and what you had to do from the beginning, didn't you? Heh, don't worry about us. I don't want to be a bad big sister who drags her little sister down at the end. Aliana was once the sun that illuminated us. But to us, you are the patient moon. Amaris, this is a duty that only you can perform. Are you ready, Amaris? Don't be scared. We're all by your side. Amaris nods. All the familiar faces close in around her like a loop. Some are kind, some encouraging, and some are approving. As she bathes in the gazes, Amaris sighs heavily before slowly lifting her head. Tell us, who are you? I'm the moon that swallows the sun. Just like how the eclipse is the shadow that swallows all daylight. She is the last sister of Daybreak, the one who was loved by all. These memories and this support have allowed her to be selfish and survive until now. The selfishness nearly made her forget her duty, which was to serve as the fatal flaw for a certain someone. I am Amaris. Your name has been chosen. Daughter of the Moon, a gift from the gods. Amaris. Thus we have decided to give you a little gift of our own. What is it? It is a doll. One that you will use to store a little redundant data in your neural cloud space for the future of Daybreak Squad. Are you willing to strive hard for the future of Daybreak Squad? I am. Good. Hand will also be your beginning. The key to this door is yours now. You must not use it lightly. Lock these memories away for now, for when the time comes... No, the time should never come. The seat below Amaris has already vanished. She is standing now, her head held up high as the tightly shut eyelids begin to open. There is no longer any doubt in her shining eyes. Eula, Laura, Callisto, one familiar face after another stands behind her. The Dogtech system, you say? The thing that destroyed and imprisoned you. Today, I'll put an end to all this. The door bound by steel chains that glows with a dangerous light sits quietly before her. Amaris reaches out to it without a second thought. Eula's hand covers hers. Laura's hand covers hers. Callisto's hand covers hers. One after another, the ephemeral shades overlap with their hands. Amaris does not look back, even though she knows there is nobody behind her. The heavy chain snaps one by one, putting up no resistance whatsoever. The door that always rejected Amaris finally begins to open for her. A stream of data she's never seen before suddenly floods into this domain. The phantasmal moon overhead grows brighter. Beneath its lights, people and objects that did not originally exist in this place appear before her eyes once again. I see. So it was you. So happy it was you, Amaris. You have 3 minutes to say your last words. You're so cute when you act tough, Aliana. Samantha's smile slowly vanishes as she lowers her eyes. The death of humans on a battlefield is always a very painful thing. The melding of neuroclouds is just a forced merging of data, so it shouldn't hurt much, right? Frankly speaking, I don't know. Tell me, Aliana, will there be an end to the war? This is what I should be doing. Although I already knew this, I still couldn't convince myself when the time came. But I was blown up by a stray bomb or melted down by the enemy. There's a long silence. Samantha closes her eyes, but her body shudders. Aliana reaches out her hand and places it on Samantha's chest. A blue light glows. Ali, no matter who lives in the end, please remember our mission. To end the war and bring back the light of day. That way, it'll be as though we completed our mission. Samantha's face grows paler and paler. Her neurocloud data is forcefully extracted and fused. A massive stream of data quickly takes shape. Samantha's sorrow, fear, pain, and resignation, they all flow into it. These rich feelings tear at Aliana's neuroclouds and make her feel like she's split into 2 dolls. Damn it. I always wanted a proper showdown. Still, there's no chance for that. You took me out so quickly. I didn't think the end would be so boring. Is that all you have to say? What else is there to say? War's end when bullets run out. I just didn't expect you to fire the last shot. There will be an end to the war. Unfortunately, it's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with the tens of thousands of people who have died all these years too. Do it. Don't make me suffer. Daybreak will come eventually, for one person or another. Callista's image wavers and is eventually consumed and shared by the flood. Aliana's face grows paler. It's sad, but although it's sad, I feel nothing. I'm broken. Why? I don't understand. Why? Aliana. Aliana. Aliana pulls the trigger and blasts the final phantom, Eula, to bits. You left for 2 minutes and now it's FGO. Eula's cold face becomes Amaris's face. This time, one of them is still looking haughtily down on the others, but the positions are reversed now. Like a poison deep in her bones, all the data runs rampant throughout Aliana's body. Her body is torn apart and put back together over and over again, barely managing to hold on to its original shape. She looks at Amaris before her and smiles thinly. You win. After I die, will you inherit my memory fragments like you did theirs? I won't. You don't deserve to be in the same room as them, even as fragments. That's a relief. I hate the feeling of being watched, even if it's by you, Amaris. I can't kill you like you killed them. That's true, Osk. That's very true. What a shame. You won't be able to take my dog tax. I've already taken back everyone's things. Not you. And you, Aliana. You don't matter anymore. At least, not to me. Your dog tax system is bound to my door. Let's see. However, they're the same system when they're put together. However, they felt that you were the future of Daybreak Squad. That's why they gave you everything that could improve your capabilities. Lucky me then. And all the things they considered useless, like accumulated emotions and redundant memory data, they gave to me instead. Thanks to that design, they've been keeping me company for 13 years. Amaris's voice trails off, as though she's lost interest. The howling night wind bursts through the center of the skyscraper, through the broken windows, and it sounds like a wailing as it blows through the building's interior. Aliana's laying in the center of the structure, staring dazedly at Amaris, who's standing tall before her. Amaris looks at Aliana, who is collapsed and is powerless to stand back up. She takes a piece of paper from her waist pouch and tosses it at Aliana. The paper spins in the wind as it falls, and it finally lands beside Aliana's head. It's a picture of two people. Amaris looks Aliana dead in the eyes. Aliana returns her gaze, staring deep into her eyes. It's only then that Aliana realizes something. The weak, useless Amaris that always needed to be cared for by others. At some point, when she was not aware of it, she had sprouted, blossomed, and grown into a towering tree that even she could not budge. Did you know? I used to envy you. And for a moment, just a moment, I wondered if I should become you. And yes, I did dream of becoming someone like you. Aliana doesn't say a word. She can't speak, but right now, she chooses not to. Well, she can't speak, I'm sorry. But right now, that place. The place that I always admired and longed to reach. The person standing there isn't you anymore. As she looks at Aliana's dull eyes, Amaris wipes her face and turns away. This is a determination she has never shown before. Aliana looks at the empty ceiling. She listens to the endless hollow echoes of footsteps. Finally, they vanish in the direction of the exit. The night is silent once more. Hey, I know what this is. I know what this is. The Lagrange point. Which is actually quite funny. As far as I remember, Dollars of Eyes fills you with determination. God damn it, Ask. The Lagrange point is the point of the universe, or space, where... Ask, please. Where, the gravity well of the sun does no longer affect an object. A third uninvited guest walks through the night and arrives at this deserted building. Is it over? Before her, the rank remains in the wake of a gunfight. The acrid smell of gun smoke still has not dissipated after so long. Aliana. Asia's footsteps echo slowly throughout the quiet building. Like trying to think of Punt's references for a pull stream. It's hard. When she reaches the top floor, she sees a doll lying in the middle of a ruined room. A shaft of moonlight shines in through the broken window, shining on the fallen Aliana. Aliana's hands are covering her face, but even though her expression isn't visible, there is an unspoken sadness flowing out from her. I'm free at last. But I can't go back. Asia doesn't know if Aliana noticed her presence. No, there's no way she couldn't have noticed. It's just that, right now, nothing is more important to her. Why didn't you tell her that? Actually, you... Asia ventures an attempt at conversation as she walks up to Aliana. What would have been the point? Would they have come back to life if I had told her? Still, even if you didn't say it, those reasons are still valid. If you didn't tell anyone else about them, doesn't that mean that you're depriving yourself of the right to be forgiven by others? It's all the same in the end. Asia sits down beside Aliana without a word and hugs her knees. She glances at Aliana. The latter is still covering her face with her hands, and her expression can't be seen. With the moon hanging high in the sky, Asia leans back and lies down beside Aliana. She took away everyone else's data. Isn't that a good thing? Now you're yourself again. Yeah. I once said that I was strong even without the data, but nobody believed me. The fact is, Operation Quaddle was still a failure even with their strength. A loser has no right to explain all this. You'll make it. Even if you didn't succeed 13 years ago, then you can try again and 13 years later. Yeah, how can I die when the enemy's still alive? In the future, I'll keep Daybreak going, even if I have to do it myself. Asia freezes up, and then turns to look at Aliana. So, which of you won? Were you prepared to die at her hands too? Would it have been a reunion of sorts? In the darkness, Asia does not hear an answer. The sporadic pattering of rain filters in from the outside of the window, making the glooming night that much colder. Nobody else speaks on this silent night. In the upstream of the Griffin base. The Griffin base, which has been quiet and largely empty for the past few days, now sees many dolls moving back and forth within its corridors. However, the one thing that stays the same is that lively air of the Griffin base in the days past is long gone. Everyone faces off stern. Okay, hang on. Give me a moment. Refocus. However, the one thing that stays the same is that the lively air of the Griffin base in the days past is long gone. Everyone's faces are serious and stern. This cold, oppressive air fills every corner of Griffin, and nobody is free of it. And in the eye of the storm, an important conversation is taking place within the ops room. Aliana's standing in the middle of the darkened room, facing the probing gaze of the person before her. There's little time for them to talk, and the commander has much work that needs to be done apart from Aliana. Even so, the commander is still willing to make time for Aliana. So, according to Persica, your neurocloud issues are all resolved. Yes, my performance might drop briefly, but don't worry, I'll be back up to speed soon enough. I have full confidence in you. However, the commander sighs. We're not fighting unconventional warfare anymore. Did you know that we could have been arrested for breaking and entering into private residence? I'm sorry. Bail is nothing, but the problem is that our time here is very tight. I'm sorry. I'll accept any form of punishment. And your punishment will be to lead your team, but I'll be giving you tougher assignments. Can you accept that? I don't want my neurocloud to be modified in any way, though. That is still your prerogative. It's just like we agreed at the beginning. Thank you. That plus you mentioned is a very important clue, and also a common objective. I don't want there to be any unnecessary misunderstandings between us. I hope you can trust me with all your heart. Yes, I will be loyal to you. Don't take Dandelion's little pranks to heart. Alright. Then let us fight together, Aliana. Aliana emerges from the ops room. There's someone waiting for her there. Shall we head to the range? Let's go. A new day will always dawn. And the sun will rise as always. Goodbye, Amorous. And the inner Lagrange point. Inside Amorous' neurocloud domain. The surging stream of data has finally found its fated destination. Are you going to leave me? You've been squatting in your body for 13 years already, you know. It's fine, ask. Laura. You knew this day would come eventually, right? Samantha. You do get it, Amorous, don't you? Moria. We have to go. Don't be sad. We'll be the witness for your past. Olivia, Nicole. Amorous tries to reach out for them, but only manages to grab the air. Clearing redundant data. The data fragments slip away between her fingers, without leaving so much as a speck behind for her. Amorous. Amorous stares dumbly at the remaining two people. I'll leave this to you, Eula. I'm next. Callisto! Amorous. Eula blocks her path. So I'm the last one again, huh? Do you really have to go? I'm sorry. We've been together for so long. So long that I forgot who I was. So long I thought I was Samo. That's why we have to go. Amorous, we've been taking up space in your body for so long. We've ended up becoming stumbling blocks for you instead. No, you're not. You should move forward, Amorous. Goodbye. A tear calls on Eula's face. She waves to Amorous and then plunges into that endless stream of data. Berlin, City Hall. The bustling City Hall is hosting a lively banquet. High-ranking officials from all over Germany and various local leaders are gathered here. Needless to say, this is an important event, and naturally the security detail for it is of the highest quality. There are 45 details of security guards, with 3 men per detail, and they change posts every 15 minutes. Every entrance, exit, and emergency passage is watched by someone, and there are 5 more details of guards inside the venue proper. The jack-in-the-box has been set. I am ready. Please give the order. On the top of the skyscraper, roughly 2 streets away, Edith puts down the binoculars she is holding. Target at 12 o'clock. Distance 1,400 meters. Half wind speed. Humidity. Beside her, Amorous is already in a shooting position. She closes one eye and curls a finger on the gun's trigger. 3. Through a scope, she sees the empty emergency exit at the end of the bullet's computed trajectory. Snap. Dammer cuts the power to the building from its basement. The banquet hall instantly goes dark. The emergency response takes only a few seconds for the backup power to supply to kicks in, and light illuminates the hall once more. 2. Everyone, please don't panic. Listen to instructions and evacuate in a calm and orderly fashion. Brigadier sets off the pre-positioned smoke bomb. The smoke fills the hall and sets off the alarm. Amidst the uncontrollable chaos, the professional bodyguards quickly see to the protection of the assigned VIPs and swiftly move them to safety. Target on the way. She pulls the trigger. In the next moment, that human appears in the center of her vision, and in the span of a single breath, her bullet pierces its forehead. The target collapses on the ground amidst the confusion, and the well-dressed people in the vicinity can see the blood-spurting corpse. The mission's over. The simulation ends. At an observation room in the Stasi simulation training base. Her results are exceptional. Both AI and data evaluations are tactical expert concur that there are no flaws to be found. Very good. Carry on. She will be a capable operator for us, and we need a weapon like her. Yes, ma'am. We'll raise the sim difficulty for our next round and improve her ability to mesh with the subordinates. Right. Romy looks through the one-way glass at Amorous, who is emerging from a sim capsule. Ambrose looks up, and a clouded eye seem to be looking her way. From Ambrose's perspective, the mirror reflects her face. Still, Romy has the feeling that Ambrose is looking straight at her. Right after that thought passes through her head, Ambrose looks away and turns to leave the training room. Berlin, in Ambrose's dorm. Ambrose lies on her bed and looks at the ceiling in front of her. This is the first time her head feels like... This is the first time her head has felt this empty. There are no voices at all. She has never had a lonelier night than this one. She turns and sits up, and a strange and familiar feeling rises up from the depths of her neural cloud. She knows that this feeling is loneliness. Ambrose turns to her tablet screen, as though trying to dispel that feeling. She sees a familiar name on a colourful webpage. The hit novel Romance of the Nitrogen Freeze Gun, now serialized. Ambrose can't hold back a laugh that she smarts from the bottom of her heart. The first time since that night. The heroine's fate in the story is currently unclear, and the comments on the story have blown up, with all sorts of analysis, essays, and simple flames being posted willy-nilly. After quickly scanning the text, she stretches her fingers and begins typing out the comments. I'll bet you 10 powerbanks that the MC is still alive. After posting it, Ambrose turns off her computer, satisfied. Just then, her eyes are drawn to the fragments on the table, which she spent an entire night piecing together. There's a stain there which refuses to go away no matter what she does. Ambrose takes out a lighter from a drawer. She looks at the person in the center and frowns. The lighter flame is only a tiny distance away from that person's face, and it seems as though the picture is going to be scorched black by the fire. Nah, forget it. She extinguishes the lighter and lies back down on the bed with the photo. All the familiar faces on it have the smarts that she likes best. After tucking the picture into her chest pocket, Ambrose closes her eyes. That loneliness hasn't vanished, but it's become another kind of emotion that enfolds her. Live a good long life for all your sakes. As always, the gentle moonlight illuminates her way forward. Eclipses in Saros. End. Well, that was the Eclipses in Saros event, I suppose. The last few progress things are stuff like the farming maps over here, which don't have any story. Once here, once here. And the EX difficulty of the few maps that are still around here. So, I'm going to end my stream here, which means I'll quickly go and check for someone I can raid. This also means that I'm going to have to... I don't have to, but I want to change the schedule, because I put Gods Frontline 2 times on the schedule, because I was thinking, hey, I'll probably need 2 streams to finish the event. I didn't. So tomorrow should be Hitman. So, hey. You know what? There's a group of people currently playing Elden Ring. They're kind of stupid. But in the good way. So we'll go and raid one of them. The last time, I raided Terry. The time before that, I raided Artemis, so this time around, we'll be raiding Barugi. They're all playing Elden Ring together right now, and I'm not going to spoil myself, I'm just going to say hello, and probably dip right away, because I still want to play the game together with Ask. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and if you didn't, well, shit. Anyway, have a good night, take care, bye.